We're back. My goodness, going to bring our guest out right now, and what a guest he is. My guest tonight was the lead singer for Black Flag from 1981 until 1986. Since then, he's headed his own band, become a spoken word performer, and wrote a book entitled Get in the Van on the Road with Black Flag. Ladies and gentlemen, Henry Rollins. What a night! First, we got Bobby the Talking Car, then we got Henry Rollins. We're rolling tonight. Welcome to the show. You control your enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's...
you know, we've never met before.
No.
And I was reading up on you. You seem like a nice guy, well-spoken. I got to tell you, though, there are a couple of photographs that I've come across, including this one that...
That's passion, right?
Where was this taken?
In the Mojave Desert. And so we shot a video out there, which that picture corresponds to.
And you're angry at this point, I'm assuming.
I was yelling.
What were you remember what you were particularly, the thing you were screaming at the time?
I'm cold.
Yeah, that'll work. What do people, I want to talk about your music in this book, but what do people expect when they meet you for the first time?
A violent Neanderthal.
I had actually already thought by this point in the interview you would have smashed me in the face.
Now, see, when I got backstage this evening, I told one of the people back there, I said, let Greg know that I think he's cool and, you know, I'm glad to be here and I'm not, you know, because these people get this really wild impression that I'm just going to, you know, and like the music we do is you know, it's really intense, it's visceral, it's really aggressive, but it's passion that drives it, you know. And there's things that make me angry, you know, there's things that make you all angry, you know. But it's not necessarily we run around going, you know, like biting kids and stuff.
Right. Well, I had 3 bottles of vodka to loosen me up before the show anyway, so I'm fine. What are the things, though, that anger you? What are the things that cause these sorts of reactions?
Well, for me, the big wrongs really anger me. Just racism, abuse of power, a lot of things that, you know, that are really symptomatic about America, about the world in general, but I mean, you know, nothing unique. Like, wow, I never thought about hating that before, you know? It's just that you see so much stuff on such a crass level these days, like in the recent elections, just how no one really tried to tell you what they were going to do for the community and for their state. They're just saying how bad the other guy was.
Is, right.
Which is really easy to sling mud at the other guy, but let's hear where you're coming from. You know, why bother spending millions of dollars making up all this other stuff? And it's that in...
or 30 million in some cases.
Yeah. And just sometimes just what policemen and law officials get away with, and how those who are being trod upon never get a voice to come back with, and how there's whole generations of people who have just learned to accept something that I've never had to accept. This kind of stuff I can, you know, bore you to death with. I never am not mad about it, and I'm not trying to be some politically correct, you know, Sting, Save the Rainforest type guy, but like...
Don't be Sting-like if you can avoid it, Henry.
For, you know, walking down the street and having a cop put his gun in your eye socket and call you a bunch of names, which just happened to me.
Did that happen recently?
No, it happened a few years ago.
And did you do anything to provoke that?
No,
or?
No.
He just walked up and
said,
hey, let me stick this gun in.
Yeah. And to endure that kind of thing for a guy who doesn't do crime, I'm like the most boring guy you'll ever meet. I don't rob anything. I work. And to have a cop calling me these names and doing this thing with me, it's like, man, you're so out of line, you know, you should move.
With the group Black Flag, I mean, a lot of this kind of stuff you put down in your music. What was the... would you describe yourself as this group Black Flag that had this huge cult following? Was it punk or no?
We had all kinds of people who were interested in the band. Yeah, there's lots of punk rockers and all kinds of people.
But would you describe the music as punk rock or
no?
A multitude of things?
The music was a vehicle pretty much created by Greg Ginn, who led Black Flag, and he wrote most of the songs, most of the lyrics, and I've never heard anything like it. I've never heard anyone play guitar like him. To liken it to another musician, I always use Ornette Coleman, the sax player, because it was free, jagged, wild, or like Eric Dolphy, another.
Well, looking in your book at some of
player.
these pictures, it looks like there are some violent individuals watching you guys perform through most of your tours.
Yeah, they'd watch, and sometimes they'd take part in their own strange way.
Now, what do you mean by that? Are they sticking guns in your eye sockets again, or?
Oh, worse than that.
What's happening at these things? What sorts of things?
And me like, ow, 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 ow. Yeah, it got real intense. Like, uh-oh, they're on stage. Uh-oh, ow, they're hitting me, they're hitting me, they're hitting me. You know,
now,
stuff
wait a
like
second.
that.
You're there to, they pay money to come and see you play, and then they're pounding you?
Yeah, we love you, man.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? What's the reason for that?
That's a good question. Why anyone would pay $8 to come see you play and wing a bottle at your head is beyond me.
Did you ever take any good shots? Break any bones? Have any serious injuries?
Oh, yeah, I had a few concussions. I've been hospitalized a few times. I got stitches all through my scalp, eyebrows, eye sockets.
Anything serious? No, I'm kidding. Maybe that'll work. Let me read something here real quickly. I found a small room to hang. This is a sort of a chronicle. This is some words from the book that is basically kind of a diary of a good portion of your career. I found a small room to hang out in before the show. I found a piece of broken glass and started slamming it into my chest. Blood started flying all over the place. It felt good to feel pure pain. It helped me get pure pain. Helped me get perspective. Now,
And I did that, yeah.
are we going through a difficult time here?
Yes!
Hands? Come on.
Hugs, hugs. We need to hug. Yeah. It would probably take me a while to explain that.
You've got 30 seconds.
But it was pure. That need.
Right.
And not based in anything sick or satanic or bad.
But it was just a tough day.
Rough day at the office.
We'll do a quick break. Right back with Henry Rollins after that.
Way to go, Jack. Way to go.
Come on, Hammond. You're in a no-win situation.
Put your hands out of the car where I can see them.
With Henry Rollins. What is, I know you're not crazy about talking about your tattoos, but obviously I'm obligated to bring the issue up.
And
Don't
we'll
punch
talk
me.
about how many your mom has and how she got them at an early age when she met your father at the rodeo bar. Okay.
One, too.
That's good.
I don't know
Wow.
if you've seen that. It's... no, you did. You mentioned in details. You don't like talking about
So
it.
what strange places has that little camera gone, sir?
I won't. We don't.
No, as the ratings plummet.
Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Do you talk about this at all? Can you give us any idea?
Talk about what? No.
Just with the tattoos.
Well, you know.
Are you still doing them? Do you still?
No, I grew out of it.
Yeah.
It was a phase.
Any regrets?
No, never. For me, it was basically getting racing stripes. It's a way to kind of, it's a way a young man, well, this young man was individualizing himself, trying not to be like his father or anyone else, kind of like, you know, customizing your chassis. I'm now 33, almost 34 years old. This is my face. This is how I look. If you don't like it, bite me. You know what I mean? No, I mean, do you know what I mean? You reach a certain age where you really start to accept, like, yes, this is the way I look. Okay, this is the way my hair falls in the morning. This is my face. No amount of Neutrogena scrub is going to change anything. Learn to love it. But when you're 22, you're like, no, I can modify this, you know, sand that down. And after a while, you're like, this is it. This is my thing. And so I kind
know,
of gave up on it.
Henry, I like you, and I'm not going to bite you either way. So I made both those decisions here. Tell me about, that was a scene from the movie with Charlie Sheen,
Right.
The Chase in '93.
Say 4 words. That was great.
Well, no, did you like doing that?
It was fun. I did the film because the idea of playing a stupid cop was really appealing to me.
Is that what you were? You were a stupid cop?
A total, like, Rambo, Wild Wild West, William Shatner with too much testosterone. Like, hey, man, let's get it on, you know, this kind of thing. And the director let me just wing it. And I did this, the wildest part was I did the screen test in Houston, and so we borrowed a policeman's outfit that fit me. So I put it on in one of the hotel rooms, and the director and I went out to the parking lot because he was going to interview me, and I was going to be in this cop character, and that's how we were going to make Fox think that I could do this.
Right.
Because they thought, oh, he can't be funny, you know. He'll bite you or something, you know. So anyway, I walked in.
No one's biting anybody
I
here.
walked into the lobby with like this really well-fitting cop outfit. It didn't look like a costume. And I had the glasses on, the hat, the plastic gun, and I walked into the lobby, really forgetting I had this getup on. And everyone, I'd look at everyone would be there. And everyone started looking at Adam, who's like this 26-year-old young director guy. I go, man, what did he do? He's being escorted out of the hotel by a cop. And the wildest was standing in front of the hotel, and everyone's coming up the driveway to the Omni in Houston, which everyone's driving at a snail's pace anyway, because it's a hotel driveway. Everyone slowed down. I'd look at the car, the hood would go down. Like, whoa, whoa, easy. And they get out of the car, and I would just like look at people, like behind these mirrored shades, like totally safe behind mirrored shades. No one would look at me. Everyone's like, oh, he's looking at me. Huh? Okay, I've got some marijuana in my purse. Cuff me. Yeah. But it was, I could see where some guy would get off on a real power trip. I mean, people really they step to the side.
Right.
I couldn't wait to get out of that uniform. So it was fun to do the film and just be a goofball. And the guy who was in the film with me, the other policeman, is Josh Mostel, Zero Mostel's son. And Josh is one of the most wonderful people I've ever met. Funny, just wonderful guy. So it was a great summer.
And you're going to do something else now. Dolph Lundgren's going to beat your head in or something, right?
He killed me. It took him 2 days, but he killed me. I did this film with Keanu Reeves, Dolph Lundgren, Ice-T. And we did that. We're done with it.
What's
and now,
Dolph like? Okay, look, hey, we got to...
He's very big.
Yes, he is.
He picked me up like you pick up a sack of groceries.
If ever there were somebody to bite you, you wouldn't want it to be him.
I've never been picked up. I've never been owned by someone. It's like, wow, we are in the air. We are being carried around the room.
We'll do a quick break, right back with Henry Rollins. He was just pointing out here in the break.
Very quickly, friends, the music that you heard over the little break, that was the music of Cab Calloway, who's a master musician. He just passed away this weekend.
Very sad.
So,
hey, this is the book, by the way. I want to show this, Henry Rollins, Get in the Van, and that is the story of many trying time, yes?
Sure.
This is the letter written to you by the previous night's guest, which was Pamela Anderson from Babe Watch. Dearest Henry, how many tattoos do you have on... How many tattoos do you have on your...
I'm drowning right here in this chair. I'm drowning.
Dearest Henry, how many tattoos do you have in your body that we can't see at the moment? Where and what? Pamela!
Pamela,
you don't have much time.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Woo! Thanks for coming on. Henry Rollins, folks. We'll see you here tomorrow night with Pauly Shore. Have a good evening. Oscar.